In this vlog, it's going to be a real special one. Now, if you're an up-and-coming wedding photographer and you want some help on what should I pack, what equipment do I need, or you're one of my clients and you want to know what I'm doing the day before your wedding, you're going to want to watch this because I'm going to do a vlog on how I get myself prepared the day before a wedding. Okay, the first thing you want to do is make sure that all your batteries are charged. This is the first thing I do in the morning before a wedding. Now here is all my equipment. On this shelf here, I've got my cameras, my accessories, my flashes and my lenses. This top shelf here is all my drone equipment. This bottom shelf right here is where all my batteries are. This is where I keep my SD cards. So I take all my batteries. They're all numbered so I know which ones to use, and they're now charging. Right, the second thing I do is make sure all my other batteries are charged. So I grab my battery chargers, grab my batteries, and I take them all over to my spare plug down here. One, two. I get all my batteries and start charging them up. Right, whilst that's going, I start getting my camera equipment ready. Now I have many different camera bags. The ones I like to use are my big ones right here. It carries all my equipment. And this is the bit I really enjoy. This is where I put everything out on the big table. You like my coasters? They're pretty cool. Okay, next. Make sure, is there any other batteries I need charging? Because you do not want dead batteries on a wedding day. So you have a good think and you go, oh yeah, my flashes. And I make sure these are nice and charged as well. There we go, off it goes. So I just leave that all there. As you know by now, some of my vlogs have been behind the scenes of some of my weddings, and some of these vlogs have had aerial shots. This is where my drone comes involved. So during my lunch break, when everybody else is having their dinner, I like to send my drone up. So this is where I get my drone equipment all ready as well, just so I can do some vlogs. So what I'm going to do is just get my drone equipment. So this is where I start charging these batteries. Yeah, I can do with a little charge. Did you see that? What a catch. So they're now on charge, and let's bring my vlogging equipment also to the table. Now, like I said before, if this is your first wedding, do not worry about vlogging equipment. I do this so you can see what my work is like and what I'm like on the day of a wedding. All you need to concentrate on is just the camera equipment, and I'm about to do that now. So whatever cameras you got, make sure you got two, and here's why. On a wedding day, if one of your cameras malfunctions, it can definitely happen, you've always got a backup camera. So that's why when I'm doing a wedding, I always make sure I've got two cameras, always. You do not want any nasty surprises on a wedding day, because once you're there, all the equipment you've got with you is the only equipment you can use. And because I have this OCD problem, I also like to take a third camera. So, 3 cameras. Right, next thing I do is get me battery packs. These are a godsend. I'm going to tell you why now. If there's a moment during a wedding where you cannot leave your position, The one thing you do not want to happen is a dead battery. This keeps you going. Seriously. If you are a young photographer who's starting out in weddings, invest in battery packs. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is get my flashes ready. Now there are photographers out there that like to have heavy equipment, flashes on stands, especially when the first dance happens. I don't really do that. I like the ambience of the room, so I like to keep a flash on my camera. I'm not one of those that has multiple flashes on stands. I can't. It looks nice, don't get me wrong, it's just not my style. Right, the next thing you want to sort out is what sort of lenses do I want to have on the day. The first lens you should always have is this bad boy, a 50mm. And why is that, I hear you say? The bride and groom spend a lot of time sorting out their table settings, invites, decorations on the table. You get this and you'll take absolutely stunning photos of the table settings. And it's also great for portraits. Now, if you're like me and you want to be a little bit artistic in your wedding photography, I seriously recommend the 14mm. And this is this bad boy. The 14mm will give you wow photos. In fact, I've just won an award using this 14mm in Germany. Here's the photo right now. That photo was taken with this. That lens will give you such a wide atmospheric, that's a tricky word for me, touch to your photos. Atmospheric. No, it's not too hard. Now you want an all-rounder lens. To those ladies and gentlemen out there who are photographers, I think you know what's coming. Oh yes, the 24 to 105mm zoom lens. Love this lens. Love it. Now let me tell you why this is a good all-rounder lens. You can have this lens on your camera all day and you'll get perfect photos for any situation. That lens will do the job. So there's my 3 lenses so far. Now, do I have a 4th lens? Yes. Here's why. I also have a telescopic lens is an absolute must. Now, if you have to stand far away from your subject and you can't get close-ups of their face, it's going to be a problem, especially with the pandemic, and you have to keep a distance. So have a telescopic. So what I have is a Tamron 70 to 300mm zoom lens. If you do not have a telescopic and you're coming up to your first wedding, don't worry, don't panic. Just use what you got. My equipment is perfect for what I want to get. If you've only got a kit lens with your camera, here's some advice. You can do a lot with that. I'm lucky that I can get 4 lenses. Don't get me wrong, I want to buy more lenses, but this is a good start. And if you've got a camera that's only got a kit lens and you're going to do your first wedding, then use it. It's a good lens. And I'm pretty sure it's a good all-rounder as well. And if you have it all prepared the day before, you'll be rocking. As long as you've got something to start with, you can't go wrong. Unless you plan badly. Right, talking about planning, let's get on with it. Right, the batteries are still charging. Right, now you need to get your SD cards ready. I have 2 boxes of SD cards. I'm going to make sure they're in a safe place and they're all here. So the first thing I do is bring them over here and check them. Okay, now I've got a card missing there, but all the others are there and they're all numbered. So I've got to find that card now. I only have 4 for this one. At the moment I can't afford 2 more, but when the money starts coming in I can buy 2 more cards. So now I've got to find card 1 and I'm pretty sure it's in a camera. There it is, card 1. Right, once I know all the SD cards are there, I close them up and I leave them here for the moment. Okay, what else do I need to sort out? Now, I always like to have a second camera bag with me. This is just so I can just keep some extra spares in there just in case I quickly need them. So this is when I get my second camera bag. This is a smaller one right here. And I also bring this to the table. like I said, I love laying everything out. So I'm going to put that over here. Okay, 2 camera bags. And we need to tidy that up. There's no there. My OCD is kicking in. We're getting there, we're getting there. Another thing I recommend, and you don't have to have one of these, but it's always good to have one, is a tripod. Now if you don't have one, don't worry. Just make sure when you're going to take a long exposure shot, you keep absolutely still. And if you can do that, you've got skills. Okay. So far so good. Now, camera straps. Because I like to keep 2 cameras on me at all times, I like to have a dual camera strap. Now, this is my old one. This is something I used to wear like a harness. This only cost me about £15. You can get them from eBay, they're very cheap. I really recommend you buying one of these. It will save you so much time. You can have 1 camera on your left, 1 camera on your right, and then you can just switch from side to side. Now I don't use this no more because my wife brought me a new one and I love it. Let me show you. This one on the back of my chair is what my wife bought me. I know it looks kind of kinky, but let me show you. It has my name engraved in the leather. And that is my new camera strap. Love it. It does look a bit kinky, doesn't it? Well, now when it comes to the first dance, it's going to be very dark. I can guarantee it. So you're going to need a flash. Now the thing with flash, they can be quite harsh, and if you're going to take pictures of people next to a wall, you're always going to get that sharp line shadow behind them. I hate that. I know it's quite fashionable sometimes, but I hate it. So if you also hate that sharp shadowed line behind people, may I suggest you buy a diffuser. Now I need that and this. This bad boy can light up a wonderful shot and you don't get those horrible shadows behind people. So I recommend one of these as well. That's basically it for the wedding photography equipment. The second thing I do is make sure the equipment is all ready. So this is where I start getting all my lens wipes right here. Get a few more. And this is when I start cleaning all my equipment. Now I do this for every wedding. I clean the lenses, I clean the sensor in the camera. I'm not going to show you how to do that. There's plenty of videos on YouTube that can show you. So once you have your lenses and your cameras all cleaned, this is where you check your batteries now. Okay, these are now the full ones. And then you add the next set. So I've got to number 4, so number 5, and then you let those ones charge. Then you take your charged batteries, make sure you put them in their cases. You then take your batteries over to where your camera equipment are. So what you're trying to do is make sure all your camera equipment is ready, set up, ready to go, and you haven't forgotten anything. It's that simple. Just make sure you've got everything so you don't have to worry on the wedding day. Okay, once you've done that, just leave it on the table. This is where you go into the bedroom and find out what nice clobber you're going to wear. And for those who don't know what clobber means, it means whistle and flute. Okay, brand new suit. Now, I've got a nice grey one there. Got a nice blue one. Oh, I like that. But for this year, I've got a brand new one. Look at that nice grey suit. Yep, I'm wearing that one in a minute. There it is. Perfect. Oh, that's good. That is a good shirt. Now, as you can tell, it needs a bit of an iron. This is why you get ready the day before. So this is a good opportunity to iron your shirt and get ready. Seriously, get everything ready. So I've got the shirt, I've got the 2-piece suit, That's better, that's better. Yeah, that definitely needs an iron. Now these are just my wedding shoes, but they are perfect. And plus, they have memory foam. Stick them there. Oh, if you didn't notice, it was my birthday yesterday. Now all the batteries are now charged. So I have to take these out, take my drone batteries and put them in my drone box. Now this section right here, you don't need to worry about. This is just for my vlogging equipment. This is my wedding equipment. Vlogging, wedding. Vlogging, wedding. So once everything's done, it's all set up on the table. You can see everything. You don't need to worry, which is good. Your suit is all ironed and pressed and ready to go. Your shoes are done. There, right about there. Yeah, about there. And this is when you start packing your equipment. I enjoy this bit. So once all your equipment is packed, put it in a safe place. I like to put it near the front door, so it's all ready for me to go. Oh, don't worry about this bag. This is my vlogging equipment. Stick that there. And now for the last bag. Spare equipment, just in case you need it. It's better to have it and not need it, and need it when you don't have it. So that's it. All your equipment is now ready to go, and you can rest that everything is ready, cleaned and charged. Oh, I do like getting ready for a wedding. Then all you need to do now is set your alarm clock, get a good night's sleep and get ready for tomorrow morning. I hope everything I've shown in this vlog helps, especially if it's your first wedding and if you're one of my clients and you just want to know what I'm doing. This has been a fun vlog. Goodbye.